What up? We're the Doof Squad. We're gonna do something a little different. Talk about some mental health because this whole Corona shit I know has been putting a stress on a lot of people. So we're just gonna dive into it. And for the record, we all have been diagnosed with these by a medical professional. So L, he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, Fonz, depression, myself, anxiety. So we got some questions that seem to be the most asked questions from people. So we're just gonna dive into it and see where it takes us. So question number one: when were you first diagnosed? Who want to go first?
I mean, for me, when I was first diagnosed was when I was 21. I want to say I was 20. I want to say I was 21. The only reason why I went to go get diagnosed was because a few people that were in my life kept telling me that I was, that I had depression. It kept pushing it, and I kept denying it. I was like, no, no, it's just like some days I'm down, some days I'm up. It is what it is. But I ended up going to the doctors, and they certified me as having clinical depression. So I was like, okay, well, I mean, now it's true. They offered me medication, but I didn't want to be under medication. So, yeah, I got diagnosed when I was 21.
What about you, L?
I went in when I was 18 years old. I went on to the military base out in AZ. And I answered all these questions. And he was just like, bam, you got this, blah, 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 that. So I was like, okay, so what should I, try to focus on? And he said, honestly, the bipolar disorder. So that's what I focus on. And, breathing, this and that, all that, 18 years old is what they were like, yeah, the bipolar disorder one. There's two types, but I got number one.
I feel it. So me with anxiety, fuck, I think I was like 15, 16. My mom took me because she was like, something ain't right with you as far as like I had trouble just going to school on a regular fucking schedule. I didn't want to go. And also I have a issue like talking to people individually. People might get it twisted because of like how you talking right now on a podcast. In a crowd, when I'm talking to people, it seems easier to me for some reason. Chemical imbalance makes your brain work. Really weird. But I think I was like 15, 16. My mom took me. She was like, you might have anxiety like your dad. So that's when I got diagnosed. So we'll see. Question two: when did you first notice or feel like something was off? We'll go same order. So Fonz again.
When I officially thought I had depression myself was, I want to say back when I was, back when I graduated. Back when I graduated high school, so like 17, actually, like on my graduation, during my graduation, I felt like I was hella depressed just because, like, I only had my mom and my brother and my one of my little sisters, not both, that were there. So I got hella sad, and it just, like, I don't know, it's just like I felt really like low, and I just didn't want to be there, and I didn't want to be around anybody. And then I wanted my uncles and my dad, and like pretty much my dad's side of the family, to come down and have more people around. But obviously, there was, we'll get more into it later on why. But yeah, it's because like basically my parents are divorced. So I want to say, yeah, back when I was 17 is when I first noticed it myself.
Okay. What about you, L?
When I first noticed it, pretty much all of them was 11 years old. My mom said to me that I acted like I was like a teenager as soon as I hit 7 years old. But I don't really have too much between 7 and 11. The what the hell was it? I think the first thing was I went to go stay the night at Jonas's. My homeboy that lived right down the street down at Jonas. we stayed up all night, had candy, blah, blah, blah. It was literally all nighter. And then I went home and my mom was like, oh, hey, you can't go to bed. We have to go do groceries and stuff. And I was just like mad. Like I flipped my shit. I went to the bathroom and I was like, I just freaked out because my body got hot, like heat flash. I've never experienced that before. I usually just like whatever, I had to do this. And then I was like, all right, let's go to the store. And then I just like lost my mind the whole time. Like it's kind of hard to explain from seeing it when I was little and not understanding it to actually being an adult and like dealing with it.
No, I definitely feel that because I definitely feel that because for me, like you always get that shit where parents say, "Oh, don't worry, my kid's shy," but that's like totally different. Like shy is like you just shy, but with me, it was I felt sick when I had to speak to somebody or I was meeting somebody, like physically sick, like I was about to shit myself, bro. It was probably like, probably had to be like 10 when I was experiencing these things. Like something ain't right. I mean, even going to school in kindergarten, I didn't talk to the other kids. Not that I was quiet, I just preferred not to because it gave me anxiety, something I didn't know was going on in my body at that young of an age. But now, man, I was pretty young. I couldn't talk to people individually. I didn't like talking, so I just keep to myself. All right, so we'll go. How's it affect day to day? Not to be confused with how it affects you at work, because that's another question. So just day to day, maybe on your days off, personal life.
How it affected me was that every time I would go out, I would have my lows and my highs. Like I would be hella sad and I wouldn't want to go out. Like I would get offered, yo, come outside, come do this, let's go do that, let's go party here, let's go party there. But I would rather just be alone in the dark in my own room, just all by myself. But pretty much like the only reason why I would go out was because like, I was forced out or they would literally have to grab me and like, let's go, come on, you gotta go. They would have to literally drag me, and which is like some shit that it didn't really help. Like it really like spiked up like my depression. I got really off to the roof because I was like, yo, I don't want to do this, and I'm being forced to. I'm like, it made me feel like, oh, why aren't people listening? But after a while, like shit helped. But I felt like that was more like the drugs and the alcohol that helped. But I mean, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much how it affected me. It was just like I couldn't really do much. Like when people wanted me to do stuff, or I just made it seem like I was okay, but at the end of the times, like I wasn't. You know how like they say like you can't really tell when people have like a certain mental illness because they tend to hide it or they don't tend to show it. Well, that was pretty much me. Like I felt like I was like a mastermind in hiding it, and so like not a lot of people knew. Only a few people knew that I had it because like they could tell either they were around it or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much what affected me like day to day basis of my life.
For me, it's honestly, it's kind of fucked up. Like, you know how you say like most of the time people will say like, hey, if you wake up and you go ahead and you're like, hey, today's gonna be a good day, and you make that decision and it comes through. For me, it's like, hey, today's gonna be a good day, let's rock it, and just some random shit could just fuck it up, like just done. Like the smallest thing can just flip my mood. I'm instantly pissed. I'm instantly just mad. I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to chill. That's usually what I do is play some games, but to chill. But sometimes even doing that, I still lose my mind. How like if you're anxious, you question shit a lot. Well, I wasn't just questioning other things. I was questioning myself like intensely, like every single thing that I would do, or like I would question like, why am I still breathing? Like, oh, weren't you gonna do this? Weren't you gonna do that? And it's fucking weird, especially like after learning what emotional intelligence is and stuff like that. It's nuts. It's really ass backwards sometimes.
For me, day to day, shit, man, it makes you not want to do anything or go anywhere. Like I just wanted to sit home and just like 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 Fawn said, like be to yourself. It's like you're kind of forced to do stuff, and I don't want to do that kind of shit. But also to that, if I was, I mean, I always want to be included. I always want to be in the loop. I always want to hang out. But for me to be okay with it, well, this is back then. But for me to be okay with it, I'd rather it be in my home or my house or like my family members' places because I can kind of control what's going on around me. As where if we go somewhere else, I'm not as much excuse me as much in control because I'm outside of somewhere. All right. Next one, affects relationships.
Shit. Well, fuck. I mean, for me, I want to say it affected my relationships all the time. So like, I had one recent relationship that I felt that it pretty much affected it most of the time, just because like I was like hella sad, and then I would be hella happy, and then she wouldn't know how to deal with it, because it was more like who pretty much wants to deal with that kind of stuff. I mean, I wouldn't mind it because I'm used to it, so I understand it. But there's some people that don't understand it and don't have like the time to do it. So I mean, there'll be times where like that person wouldn't want to be around me or would be there for me, like because she'd be like, okay, you're kind of weird, you were just sad like 10 minutes ago, and now you're just like all happy and shit, you know. And then, but I just felt like it just affected it just because like we couldn't go anywhere because like I was sad, or like I was always like down, crying, you know, not to sound like a bitch, but not that you're a bitch if you cry, but I mean dead ass, like I would do it like most of the time, way too much. So I mean I don't really know, like I don't know. It's just like it was hard, especially like trying to like fake it just so like you know how they say love is blind and shit. Like when you're in love, you try to do whatever you can.
Blinding.
Yeah, like you try to do whatever you can and shit, but like for me, like I try to fake it. I wasn't who I truly am. I mean, you guys know how I act and how I am or whatever, but like literally, like let's say you guys see me with this person, I was completely somebody else. Like you'd be like, okay, this motherfucker ain't Fonz, this he ain't acting goofy, he ain't acting sus, he ain't acting like so and so, It's just like it would just I wasn't who I was truly like who I truly am. So it really like made me even worse, I want to say, if that makes sense, because I was forced to be somebody that I'm not truly happy with or somebody that I'm not. But I mean that's I want to say that's how it affected my relationships. Oh,
Well,
and friends. Wait, are we talking about like
I mean, just
relationship or
I,
friends?
well, I mean, whatever, because it could be
Because like
anything, family, friends. Because I mean, it all
okay,
kind of
okay.
falls
And
together.
then
Well,
blending.
Yeah,
well,
it does.
I mean, in that case, like as well, like with friends, bro. Like I would like that's why like when I told you guys, I'm surprised that I still have you guys around because like dead ass, I push everybody because like I get hella sad and whatever, and they don't want to deal with it and whatnot. So like there was this one time where I had like okay, I had a group of friends. I'm not gonna name them because it doesn't really matter, but they were around. Maybe if they're listening to this, like they would know who they are. There was like a point where literally we were ready to die. There was an incident at a party where shit went wild allegedly. My brother got hit. My brother got hit, and all the boys at the time like had my brother's back, so it was like family. And we were just that close. Like we would go to jail or whatever for each other, do whatever for each other. But I ended up pushing them away because I felt like they were just using me because I was like the oldest. I had the car, so that's what it affected, like my friendship wise. But yeah, that's how it affected my relationships and my friendships.
What about you, Al?
I'll start with friends. The relationship is actually being with somebody is way different. Friends wise, I don't feel like I push people away. I do know that I get mad as fuck, and that's because growing up I was told like, don't cry, like you're not supposed to cry. So I was like, all right, whatever. So instead of crying, I'll get mad. You know, when you get so mad, you start crying. Well, I used to do that, so I just stopped to crying every time I got mad. So I didn't cry for like a few years. Like I was just chilling. Like I would lose people, and I'd be really sad and like hurt and depressed, and then kind of just stop being sad after like a day, and then just be like, why am I not still sad like I was? And I feel like I just rushed being sad, you know, over certain shit instead of, you know, working with it and being like, okay, you gotta relax. But with dating somebody, it's more about trying to communicate with them. Like, you know, being the mad part. Like I'll get loud or my
You're on mute, bro.
What is going on? My camera you on?
Yeah, you're good.
You're good. It's all good. And before he starts going off, like I know I talked a little too long on my part, so you guys can cut it off a lot. Like cut it off if you need to.
No, we're good. No, we're good. For this episode, we're gonna keep everything. We're gonna keep everything.
All right, but.
So I can't even see my camera or nothing.
We can see you though. Just
okay.
Just keep going. You're good.
Yeah.
All right. This is perfect. I can't see myself, so I can't try to hide my face.
So hold up. I wanna ask because so people know too. You're poly, so kind of because you're about to go into a relationship, kind of throw that in the loop and how it affects.
Okay, I got you. So where was I? I got you. So when it comes to like relationships, like not just like friends we already went over, but talk like being with somebody, dating them, you know, trying to care for them. It's really different every day. Like I try to like I said, I get mad. I try to avoid being mad, and I'll ask somebody to just stop. I say stop, you know, just basically just leave me alone. Don't keep talking. Don't bug me, even if it's like a calm tone, even if like it's me trying not to say what shit I don't want to. Like I will literally go the fuck off, and then after be like, well shit, you knew you shouldn't have said it, but you still fucking said it. You know, still let it out. When, you know, you shouldn't be doing that, especially if you care about somebody. Like the biggest thing about emotional intelligence is don't use your emotions to guide you and shit. So like really, who's gonna be like, all right, let me go to a basketball game, pissed as fuck, and I'm supposed to play. You're not gonna do good. It was basically preparing myself each day, or it was waking up trying to decide that the day was good, and then some little thing would just, you know, tear it up. Just absolutely fuck it up. Like it could even be like my fucking laundry, bro. I could wake up, be like, oh, I had like the night before, be like, I have clothes for work tomorrow. And then I'll wake up and see them and be like, what the fuck? Like, I like all my shit ironed and it looks good. Like, I try to put it in the washer or the dryer 10 minutes before, you know, so it's all good. But if it'll bug the shit out of me. Just like the little stupid flap on the bottom folding up, little shit like that, it just like fucks some shit up.
Yeah, that's what.
But then I spend all day trying to flip my mood around, you know, or just question shit.
Damn, I feel it.
So it's kind of some days it's cool. Yeah, I feel love.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's just crazy. For me, fuck, with my friends, shit, these motherfuckers just stopped inviting me to everything, bro, because I would say no so much. So eventually, I wasn't even part of like the group. They just said, fuck it. He'll just pop up when he shows up. So, which kind of sucks because I still like the invite, even though you know I'm gonna say no. Just throw me the invite. Like it makes me feel good. Makes me feel good. And as far as dating, oh my god, it's so hard for me. Like the chick got to be real cool and real fun for me to just go out. For one, to work up the courage to ask somebody out, and two, to even just take you out to a place. Like I have so much anxiety before while getting ready, fucking driving over to pick you up or meet you, and then us driving or me driving to the restaurant or whatever we're doing, movies, whatever. I have anxiety the whole time, and it's the worst because it's the anticipation part. And man, that shit fucking sucks. So if I go out on a date, like I said, like all my chips are in. I gotta like the chick a lot, or I gotta have a hunch that I feel like I'm gonna be with this chick for a minute. Hopefully it works or whatever. So with anxiety, that shit sucks. So we kind of just answered two questions right there, just so we let the people know. We did affect relationships and what dating is like.
I
For
I didn't hit the poly situation.
oh yeah, go for it.
But, so I totally forgot. My bad. We did speak about it, but that shit's weird as fuck for me. Like it's like the poly school. It's not just like, oh, I'm gonna go get a fuck toy and blah blah blah. It's actually you trying to add like to your relationship. Like that person is not like a, oh hey, that's a third, or hey, they're a number in the group. It's like a hey, they're equal to me and her, or vice versa if it's more people than three. But for us, literally, we just try to go for three. But I don't know, it's different. Like we've talked to females, we've had like relationships with females, and it's weird trying to navigate with them because it feels more complicated in a way than monogamy, because you're sitting there learning two people, or you already know the one person, and then you have to learn about this person, and then you have to learn about them together, and it's just all like it's basically more chemistry that you got to go study and anticipate shit. Like any relationship's gonna have jealousy no matter what. Obviously, there's three people.
Yeah,
you guys.
real quick, I have a question within that, and then we'll get to the next question. Do you have more episodes when you guys have another partner, or do you have less?
I would say slightly more intense. I wouldn't say more. It's because obviously the person that we just start talking with or we're with for a little bit, they don't automatically know, hey, this is what it's like dealing with like him having an episode or anything like that. I fucking hate calling it that, bro. That shit bugs the hell out of me.
For real? I had to call it an episode?
No, yeah, I hate calling it an
Oh,
episode.
my bad.
I don't. No.
I'm not trying to trigger you on the podcast, bro.
I call it an episode even though I don't like calling it that, because that's what it is, bro. It's just like a time period.
No, yeah.
Damn. But it's like, no, it's weird because I don't want to, like, I try to hide it, and it's fucked up because I shouldn't hide it, so that they could like see a little bit of it and be like, oh, okay, this is why he does this, or this is why he does that.
Yeah.
So it's it's a little crazy, but I guess it just makes it more intense because I feel like I'm bothering two people when I'm already bothering the other one.
Got it. Yeah. All right. So next question. You guys worry that your children might get it if you decide to have kids?
Honestly, like when it comes to my kids, I never thought about it like that because one, I'm more focused on trying to, like give them a better future. So I wasn't really like what's it called? focused on giving them depression or worried about giving them this, and that. I was more focused on like, okay, I'm trying to get them to school, make sure they got this, make sure they got stuff that I didn't have in the past, you know? That way they're not just like, oh, why does my friend have this? Why can't I have that? But yeah, of course, like, I'm not going to be like, yeah, here's your fucking iPad. Like, I wanted to make sure they have fucking toys and grow up as like I did, not to be on video games as little kids. But yeah, like when it comes to that, I never thought about it. I was never worried about it just because it never came to mind. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I got on that topic, or that answer, I should say, or question.
Like I do worry and I don't worry because I'm trying to find my damn movie. I worry and I don't worry because I feel like it's not them just getting it from me. It's how they are shown how to handle certain situations, how they're shown how to talk to people, how they're shown how to be confident, and be, what's the word, empathetic, understanding of other people. Like for me, I try to understand everybody, and like I was telling Fonz the other day, when I look at somebody and I see their face, and I look at their eyes, I feel some of the shit that they've already dealt with, or I just know that they dealt with something that was like making them think like, fuck. So
Yeah,
I really just try to keep myself thinking, if they're not just gonna get it, help them understand certain emotions and their feelings, and don't make them think, oh shit, you're a bitch if you cry, like it's cool if you cry now.
Yeah.
But you can't let crying be your solution for things. You also need to help yourself internally. Like a cry can fucking help. Like when I actually do,
definitely.
Like, it helps like a motherfucker when I can actually cry about something,
Mm-hmm.
But don't let that be like, okay, I cried, it's all done. Be like, okay, what do I need to do to not feel like? Be in charge of helping yourself be healthy. Even though everybody gets those like those down ass periods where they're like, fuck me, dude, I don't want to do shit. I don't want to be awake. I don't want to go to sleep. I don't want to go to work. And some people have it so severe where they actually don't go to work and end up getting fired and can't hold a job. It's kind of
facts.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much just not worried. Well, you said you're worried and not worried because you
I'm
know
worried and
how
not
to
worried, yeah.
you know how to deal with it, and I think that's what's great. If someone with a mental disorder has kids, then you know how to deal with it. Yeah, me. I mean, my dad has a real bad anxiety, so I mean, we got it. He knows how to talk to us and deal with it. Like he can give you some insight, he can give you some advice that helps him. I'd be worried just because I don't want my child to think like that there is something wrong. This is so normal. This happens with so many people. So many people this day and age are diagnosed, and I ain't talking just self-diagnosed. I'm saying like real professionally. Yeah, exactly. But like El said, like I'll be able to handle it pretty well. Like knowing and dealing with it myself, I think we got a good grasp on it. So it shouldn't be something we should be too worried about. Shit, so much other shit runs in my family. I gotta worry about those ones. Anxiety is the least of my worries, bro. All right, so next one. I don't know how I feel about this question, but it popped up a lot. Let's go back. So, can you be cured?
I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously you can be. I mean, I think it's a no-brainer. It's just like you gotta take the steps to get cured. You gotta make sure you're willing to do it, or at least have somebody there that's willing to push you and willing to help you out. Oh shit, no, but yeah, like I was saying, you just gotta be willing to make sure you take the steps to get cured. I just feel like anybody can do it. I mean, look at me. I mean, I was diagnosed with clinical depression, so I was willing to take those steps, even though I didn't want to, because I was more like, like, nah, I don't have it. Nah, I don't have it. But it was more
More
like
so
something
more
I can.
in denial of it.
Yeah, in denial, and I was like, I can do this on my own. I can figure this out by myself. But eventually, I was just like, nah, I can't. I can't. I
Yeah.
need some help. So I got the help that I needed. I went to therapy and did it. And they helped me out. I mean, she was really like helpful and everything. So thanks to her, I'm willing to control it. I do still get my depression. I'm not saying it's fully cured, but it's cured to the point where I can control it, if that makes sense.
I feel it.
I feel that heavily because I've known you for so long, and we both like went through our own shit together.
Who are you? No, just
Els is different because I feel like anxiety and depression are very similar in ways. Els is different, so I'm curious to know what you're going to say as far as being cured.
Yeah, I agree too.
Being cured, I don't know about a cure. I know you can eat better, not take, milk like a nasty fuck. Milk's bad for you. Just eating better, dude. Like taking care of your body. Because obviously, they say your body's a machine. For real, bro. If you're gonna put bullshit in your body, you're gonna feel like shit. You're not gonna go.
Yeah, that's a big
And
thing.
even just mild exercises, bro. Like
So that helps you a lot. That helps you a lot.
Like jog 3 times a week, not even 4. Do like a mile, bro. You're solid.
Now,
and you eat good.
My bad, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
but with the bipolar, do you feel it's more of management than cured?
Yes, most definitely management. I wouldn't say a cure. I would say like, yo, if you go for like 2 years without having an episode, I'm fucking jealous. Throw me the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm all ears, man.
Okay. No, yeah, I get you because it's the same way with me. It's not. I'm not saying that I'm cured. It's more like you manage. You know how to control it. Yeah, it's like eventually you'll learn.
Talk about anxiety too, though. Like the cure wise for it. Like I feel like that's always something that's gonna be in your body. It's just gonna be that one thing that triggers it.
Got it.
If there's one thing that you can see and you like phobias. I see a spider, I'm like, oh shit, bro, get the fuck out, burn the house down.
No, yeah, I feel like because with the anxiety, it's like now I'm cool. Like when I first met my girlfriend, now we can go out all the time. Like we went out all before COVID season. We went out all the time. We did all this shit, and I thought this dude fell.
Life alert, bro. Yeah. You wouldn't even be like, yo, you okay?
Yeah, but
bro.
But like now, I feel like I can go out, and it's not an issue. There's just certain places I will not do because it will make my anxiety spike.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it. So yeah, I guess it's more of being able to manage it versus being cured. Because being cured is you don't have it anymore. We just learn to manage it and deal with it better.
But you still have it. If you don't manage it, it goes out the window.
Yep.
No, yeah.
Your mind.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just pretty much a shout out to everybody out there that's pretty much helped us as well.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely. The people that stick around and help, that's a big difference.
Yeah. People everybody out.
Go ahead.
And everybody that's out. No, it's all good. I'm just saying, like, everybody out there that you're pretty much have family or friends are like, diagnosed with mental illness and you're sticking with them. You guys are doing such a great job. So don't ever stop doing it as well because they definitely need you as much as you probably don't think that they need you. And there's even people that like are helping out without even knowing. And that's honestly like my cousin, she was watching this, but she didn't know when I went down there that I had depression. Like I had an episode of depression. Like I didn't want to go anywhere. She wanted to go hiking. She wanted to go to the beach. She wanted to do this and that. But she told me, nah, let's go. Come on. we're going here, we're going there. I kept making excuses like, nah, I don't know where I want to go. I don't know, you know. But she would be like, okay, we're going here, we're going there, and she forced me to go. So shout out to her for helping me out, even though without knowing that I did.
Not only that,
So yeah,
And that forcing you out though be worth it.
Mhm.
I hate it as much as people do force me out, but once I'm out, I'm like, I'm glad you motherfuckers
Oh
dragged
yeah,
me out
it
here.
makes it
Yeah.
puts you in such a better mood and just helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Fonzie, like I'll be upset, dude, and he'll just talk shit, and I'll just crack the fuck up, and I'm like all the time.
Also,
like, my brother said that.
Also, I know it can be difficult, and people can only put up with it for so long. The people helping and the people around it, and even though I don't know if I can speak for everyone. I think I can speak for most, but even though we push you away, and you persisting on trying to help, that's good. It's as soon as you stop, that mental illness is gonna fucking flip a switch, and we're gonna think that you also don't give a fuck. So like, I know it's hard. We don't expect you, and I say this, like, I don't know how to put it. Like, we don't expect you to stay, but we just would love and appreciate it if you try to. We get it. Like, not everyone can deal with it because it does take a toll on another person. Definitely, it does. It does put something on the other person. But if you're able to stick through it and help, that is like the best help I think someone with a mental illness can get. Is not letting that person be alone, not letting that person deal with it alone.
Hey, but for real though, no matter how much you feel you're bothering the person, still talking to them is A1. Like, cause eventually they're gonna be like, oh shit, okay, he had my back the whole time, and even if I didn't want to go anywhere. Like, I'd always pull up the Fonzies and chill, bro. All day, every day.
For real.
Like,
back in Arizona.
For real. And if we wanted to go somewhere, we both actually felt like going. We're like, movies? All right, let's do it. Bring Tony, bring some homies, be chilling. But, I had to drag his ass out a lot.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, if it wasn't for him, I felt like I wouldn't have gone out and done a lot of stuff that I've actually got to experience. So
that's good.
It's a good thing.
You know why I went? Because he fucking went, bro. Honestly, I was like, I need somebody familiar there.
So you used me. I bet.
But I knew you needed somebody to help out with your shit too. I knew what you were dealing with.
All right,
but it was fun, bro.
Next question: do you take medication? And if not, why?
I was prescribed medication, but I was mostly like, I didn't look into it, but I was mostly scared at the fact that, like, I've seen there's these medications that make you feel like a vegetable, like literally like you have no emotions, like you're going throughout your day and like say, oh, you ran over my foot, like you're just chilling, like anything that usually pisses you off doesn't piss you off anymore. Anything that usually makes you happy doesn't really make you happy. You're more like a fucking vegetable. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't take medications. But I guess I technically did because I want to say therapy counts as a medication. I mean, it helps out. I don't know if you guys want to count it, but I think
that's a good opinion. I like it. I wish more people thought like that.
Yeah. So like,
I taking therapy, doing therapy.
Like,
that therapy. Yeah, therapy is like medicine.
Therapy. Oh, definitely. But
yes, but there's not.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna add. No, I was just gonna add because I feel like when you hear medication, you think so negatively of it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and a lot of people get scared of it and don't want to do it.
I feel like that's a part of all the the war that was on drugs. Part of people just like getting sold like bad shit on the street, rather than like, oh, the doctor's like has some stuff for you. Mm-hmm. Like you go to the doctor and get some legit medicine that's not mixed with fentanyl or mixed with like fucking meth, so that you're more addicted to come back and get it. It's none of that.
Yeah, that's what's bad about that shit too.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I'm just like, technically I did get medication because I went through therapy. But like also like I was more like I didn't want to go honestly. Like when they told me to go to therapy, I was holding on to it. I was like, nah, I'm not going. No, I'm not going. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I have these days off. I'm gonna go these days. You know, I'm gonna get in contact. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. But I was also like, oh, don't help. You know, maybe they don't even work. I was making so many excuses, but eventually, as soon as I got my first day in through therapy, I was thankful. I was like, oh my god, I want to go back because I got to release so much. I got to know so much about myself as well. I got to know when it started, apparently to me, and what it was affecting my relationships with my family, with my friends, even though I wasn't aware of it. So, if anybody that's out there that doesn't want to take therapy while it's prescribed to you or like they're telling you to do it, I recommend it. I recommend it fully. Just it just takes time, you know. It's not like you're gonna find your therapist that's like there that's like kind of like fits you, you know. It's like your person in a way. So it just takes time. You just got to find the right person. I just got lucky. My right person was the very first therapist that I found.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna add too. A lot of people think just because you go to one and you don't click with that person, you can't just be like therapy doesn't work for me. No, you gotta try it. You gotta go through a couple people. A lot of people don't understand that.
Yep.
What about you, Al? Did you take medication, and if not, why?
Um, I don't take medication at all for bipolar disorder. I shit, I don't really fuck with that kind of shit because I feel like what I was learning was when you start taking medication and then you stop taking that medication, you just made yourself get a chemical imbalance.
Oh,
So you're getting supplied all that for you to help you feel, a certain way. And then, like, what if you don't have insurance anymore? You can't go get your medication. So you're off that shit. But if you have the money, but it's either pay, like, food for your kids or your medication, you have to decide between some shit to get your medication.
Yeah. Well, I got a question for you. I mean, since you do smoke, right? I mean, we're in California, it's fucking legal, it doesn't fucking matter. But wouldn't you consider that as a medication?
Oh, most definitely. I mean,
But
but
I'm
I don't think it.
I think the question kind of goes with like prescribed medication
Oh,
because I mean,
prescribed.
yeah, because I think just smoking probably helps out. Like people that work out, that obviously helps, but that's like I want to put that under medication. I mean, it definitely
You,
helps, but
I
okay.
100% how I use marijuana as a medication. I would most definitely like. I'm not sitting here smoking like when I was out there for a trip visiting and I had like 10 blunts in a day and some edibles. Like yeah, I was fucking chilling or I want to hang out. But now it's like I'm not gonna be like, all right, let me do all that. It's like okay, maybe I'll smoke 2 joints in a day. Maybe I'll smoke a joint. I'll take 2 hits, put it out. Take 2 hits, put it out, like I just did. I literally take a hit and I was like, all right, I'm putting this out because that's
Yeah.
me. Like, oh, I need to relax real quick.
Yeah. And that's why I
Versus,
went like that, just because I wanted to let you know if that was some medication. But
yeah,
no, yeah, it's I guess it just varies to everybody.
yeah. I feel like there are people that smoke too much and feel like they should smoke too much, cool, or just that they gotta smoke that much to be relaxed. They don't really. Like, I highly suggest take a break. Hit 2 months off and smoke short. You don't gotta smoke that. Bro.
yeah,
There's really no reason. That's just taken away from your body to absorb what it needs to be relaxed. Like if I smoke too much, I start shaking. I get anxious. Like it really depends. That's why I get like 15%, 20% in edible or a puff. You know. No, I'd say get the medication, but not for everybody.
yeah. Nah, me, I was prescribed medication, I said, fuck no, I ain't taking that shit. And I only did that because, uh, like I said, my dad has anxiety, and he took a lot of medication, and then he ended up getting addicted. Luckily, my dad's like clean, sober for a while now, so good for him. Shout out to him. That's some hard shit to get over. But now I saw him, and he was always on medication for anxiety and stuff like that. So it was just rough. Like you gotta. Nah, I was like, no way. I gotta find alternatives. And that brings us to our next question: what seems to help other than the meds? If you were to take meds, or if you don't take meds, what helps? Outside of meds, what helps?
Okay. I
I
mean,
don't
for
know,
me,
man.
this guy, bro.
I mean, we already know L's fucking answer.
Yeah, L obviously smokes. I guess we can skip his ass.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
just kidding.
Well, he said a
No.
couple already. He said the jogging and the exercising.
Keto made me feel better, bro.
Keto. Well,
Yeah,
that's definitely because you change your diet. That's
Yeah,
a big part too.
yeah, and I've seen the difference too as well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
quick,
for
bro.
me, like what's been helping me is mostly like just having him around. Honestly, like having like Lawrence around kind of helps because it's like having somebody that I can rely on, you know? And I haven't really had that, which is crazy because like I mean, I did have that. I had Ant, my little brother, by the way, if anybody knows, like I had him, which was kind of fucked up because he's my little brother, and I kind of felt bad that I was putting this on him. But I after all that, I had Lawrence throughout the whole time. Honestly, like since day one, I've always had him. So he's helped out a majority of it. And also, what's been helping me out, it's also like going to work, getting distracted, doing my daily routine, like go work, come home, fucking study some fucking podcasts, fucking look into fucking school classes, do my fucking classes that I'm doing, watch some videos, fucking tune everything out, like out of the world, listen to some music while I'm doing the things that I gotta do, and or watch YouTube, escape, pretty much get in my own world. It's what's been helping me, but also like as well because being like I want to say couch stuck, like that term, but like I don't want to be like I feel like if I'm too like stuck like in that routine, I'm gonna be scared to like get into a new routine, I'm gonna be like, and it's gonna just skyrocket. But for now, everything's going well, and if anything goes to worse, I know I got him to back me up, just like I've had him as well.
So you're saying you other outside of meds, having that person helps.
I don't take any meds, so yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like outside of meds, like not including meds to help.
Yeah.
Okay.
Having somebody that's reliable.
I think we can. I think every person with a mental disorder can agree with that.
I would hope everybody feels this way about their best friend.
To be able to rely on them, like
be like, yo, like this is a homie. He understands. I understand that person. You got each other's back no matter what.
That's what's good
no matter what bullshit happens. You know?
This was good. You guys live together. You guys are close, so you guys understand and can relate, and you guys get it.
You know how many people stop being friends with people over like petty shit? Like just little like, and it's like, nah, I'm done. Like instead of like, you know what, bro? It was kind of weird. Let's not pull this bullshit again. All right, good. Be honest. Like everybody's adults. Act like it. Communication is key.
All right, so L also smokes, and the exercising and the food. Definitely diet for me.
Fasting.
Diet helps.
You get tired, bro.
Like changing up your diet, not eating that nasty shit, not eating like super bad and unhealthy, like dirty ass food.
I suggest vegan chicken nuggets. Fire.
Chicken nuggets, bro. What else? Yeah, no, definitely exercise, definitely food. Definitely having that person. So everything that everyone said. But for me, for in the moment, what helps is if I drive. If I take a drive, bro. If I take a drive and just got like clear freeway or clear street and just take my car and go, that makes me feel immediately better.
Bro.
Play that Tokyo
Get in
Drift.
the corner with the handbrake.
Okay, I don't know about Tokyo Drift, but yeah, I agree with you, man. Like driving in my hometown.
That and playing
Like,
music at the same time. That's hand in hand. Music and the driving makes you feel better so much. Also,
Yes,
another
sir.
one, if I feel like my anxiety is too bad to drive, I take off my shoes and socks, go stand in the grass, and hug a tree, because then you're grounded to the earth. That makes me feel better too. Having your bare feet on the grass and hug a tree. That it's so weird. It's so weird. I know some people will understand, but like being grounded to the earth gives you like a different frequency. It gives you a different feeling. But that shit helps a lot if I can't drive. If I feel like I can't drive.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No, I agree with you, man. Because I my weird thing is mostly like being like around water source, like a lake, a river, a beach.
Mentioned that.
Me being around there, like literally, you would know my fucking mood completely different. It's like a new person, like someone you never met. It's like I'm beyond happy. It's like a place that I was. It makes it seem like I was raised there or some shit. You know, it's just like it's just magical. So I get you. Like you want to hug a tree, you know, barefoot. I want to be barefoot, feel the sand, feel the water.
Maybe that's why I don't like the fucking beach, because I like the grass.
Hey, probably.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like when you go to the beach. When we used to go to the beach, I like just being in the grass area. Fuck all that sand bullshit. But this was an interesting one. We got some good questions. We got some good answers. This was good. It gave people that don't have mental illness and insight. And thanks for everyone that watched our first 2 episodes. Go go subscribe.
Live episode right now, baby.
Go subscribe, go go comment, go share. Give us feedback. Give us feedback. If you guys enjoy us, if you guys like us, you guys got to give us that feedback so we know.
Talk about it. Let's go, man.
So we know what to do, where to go with it. We've gotten a lot of feedback. Us recording, there's only 1 episode up now, but by the time this comes out, we'll have 2, so 3 total. We've already gotten a lot of feedback. We appreciate everyone sharing. We love y'all, and have a good one.
Yep.
Peace out.